Now you must return as the real to the dark and murky worlds and present your experience to the struggling unaware. Okay? The more law and order there is in society, the more negative it is. All the laws that are created are actually restrictions placed upon those that support the lawmakers who want control over others, like the gods of man. Once you realize the real you and live by it, you no longer need the laws of man, because now you are free to be a real citizen of the real universes. Dharma is law, order, system, and it is used to also designate religion or any religious or social system. Hence, the all is formless and free from all things, yet it is in all things. As such, it is without personality, without name, and it can be said to be anywhere, all and everything. It is all too impersonal and real. Of course, it may assume any number of forms, but none of these forms embrace its entire beingness, any more than one sun embraces the sum total of all physical matter. The all is real truth and the sum total of all truths. You are to direct your attention into its realness. When the great reality, the all is, limits itself to some extent, however slightly, it becomes the next great overseer below itself. It's a little more limited, then becomes the next one down, and so on. It takes a definite form for the purpose of administering the affairs of its universes. This reality soon comes to be the overseer on the 7th level. Therefore, the great overseer becomes the first limitation of the all is. It cannot limit it except to form only. The supposed names of the all is in various languages are as many as the ideas of it. God is the Anglo-Saxon adaptation of good, thus where the gods of man lie contains the opposites, which are good and bad. Deus is the Latin name signifying something like supreme emperor. Theo is the Greek appellation meaning the chief of those august powers who sat upon Mount Olympus and ruled the world. Adonai or Elohim or Yahweh are some of the Hebrew names assigned to the God who was first a tribal deity of the Jews, but was later proclaimed Lord over all gods and worlds. He became the supreme lawgiver, the commander of all the armies of Israel. He was the majestic warrior whose wrath was so much to be feared, love was not in his makeup until later. It is not hard to see all the nonsense that has been agreed upon from the human mind and senses. Nature itself is always demonstrating a much better value of all life on earth than the great minds that have walked the earth. Where is it that the elements and the animals are destroying what comes natural to them? Only the so-called brilliant minds of invention have created the devastation and brutalization of any known history and into modernized life today. In this modern world of technological advances, the masses are being taught to destroy themselves in as many ways as possible. The idea always to hurry up and get where? Actually nowhere. There are other gods, for example, Allah, the merciful of Islam, Varuna, the greatest of all Hindu gods, outstanding in the Vedas, Ram, Rama, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and a host of others in the Indian sacred books. Zarathustra spoke of Ormuzd, and the Norsemen had their Thor. The North American Indians worship their Manitao, and each primitive tribe and nation had a being to adorn, admire, and to protect them. All of these and many more are the floating ideas of a sound good happiness. The real universal guides know the all is by many names, which are only labels that do not define it. They care so little for the knowledge of who it might be that are only interested to know what it is and where it can be found, and only with the real connection. The existing systems and beliefs have not as yet figured out where their heavens are, let alone the great reality, so they deny the fact that it exists at all. The humans have created their fear-based systems and placed their confidence in them as an offering to their authoritarian deities who constantly end up betraying all who follow them. The all is can only be perfect, always now and never in the past, said Rebizar.